there's going to be at least one chord changing technique that I'm going to show you right now that's going to make all the difference in the world for you. All right, so for this tip 5, we're going to take a D chord as an example and go ahead and play that however long it takes you to play it. Most people have to go like this and then press one finger at a time. The goal here is to get all fingers down at the same time. All right, and the way to do that is to memorize the chord shape. So once you get your chord in position here and you're able to play starting from the 4th string and strumming down a D chord, I want you to lightly lift off of the strings so that nothing's touching, but maintaining this chord position with your fingers. So I'm leaving my fingers off now, not playing anything on the guitar, but then I'm going to go ahead with all my fingers in this position and go ahead and press down. So the goal is to go like this. Why don't you try that with me? Now, the next goal is to use this chord shape and just play it on different strings. Lifting our fingers, keeping the same chord position here, and going like this. And then a little bit more advanced, we're going to go from, we can go 1 fret up, with the same positions, same chord position, just switching strings with the same position. And then another way to do this is really the biggest help here, is going from this D chord position to this D chord position on different strings and going back here like this. Switching frets, same position, switching frets. And what do I mean by hitting the mark? Well, we're there on time with the chord change, with the music, with the rhythm of the music. So 2 things that we need to do, we need to be playing with both of our hands, playing a song, maybe isolating a chord change that we're having difficulty with, and then we also need a metronome. So I have a metronome here, a standalone, but you can also get an online free metronome and use it online. Just type in your browser online metronome and something will come up that you could dial in a number and dial in a setting. So for this example, what we're going to do is we're going to set the metronome for 60 beats per minute to start. Okay, and then we're going to go slower actually, not faster. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to change between the D and the G chord. So what we're going to do is strum 2 D chords and then strum 2 G chords and then back to D, back to G. So just hang with me here. Okay, if you can't do it, follow along and learn what this is all about. So here's D to G. And every time the click sounds off, I'm strumming. Okay, I'm keeping steady time with the metronome. So I'm doing strum, 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 strum. And I'm forcing my left hand to get to that chord, all right? So now maybe 60 is too fast for you. It probably is, all right? So what I want you to do is go ahead and turn that metronome down. And 40 is the slowest setting on this metronome. However, online, you can go to 10 or 20, whatever it takes. And every time that metronome clicks, you want to strum. And then when you have to make the change, you want to keep strumming with that right hand in time with the metronome and force yourself to make that change, okay? So here's 40 beats per minute. Maybe that's too fast for you. So what you want to do is you want to find your baseline tempo, the tempo that you can play this change. The key is, like I said, you got to be playing the guitar on the right hand and keeping tempo, because you want to force that left hand to make the change, okay? And make sure that you have the metronome on to do this. A couple of days, maybe 5 days, maybe a week. And then after a week's time of getting used to that, what you want to do is slowly start putting up the metronome. If you were at 40 beats per minute, then maybe you want to go to 42. You won't notice much of a difference, but try it at 42. And then, the next week or in the next few days, try it at 44 and then go to 48. Before you know it, in a very short amount of time, you're not even going to realize what you were doing to make that change on the guitar. As long as you keep steady time with the metronome on your right hand, you're going to be able to make these chord changes. They're going to get smoother because you're practicing the song in time, and that's really a very big key. All right, so if you know somebody that plays guitar and they're struggling with chord changes or they're just starting out, why don't you save them about a year's worth of aggravation? Share this video with them. I'm sure they're going to thank you for it. So now we have 3 more tips to go. And if you thought these were good, wait till you see the last 3. You can get that, go here right now, and you can get that right now in this video. So I'll see you over there.